Hello everyone, I am Mansi from BSc Chemistry Honors final year. My today's topic is carbohydrates. One of the most important classes of biomolecules is carbohydrates. These include compounds like sugars, starches, glycogen, cellulose, dextrins, and gums. Although they are widely distributed both in animal and plant kingdoms, yet they are obtained mainly from plants. They are formed in plants by a process known as photosynthesis and make up about 70% of the solid plant material. Carbohydrates play a vital role in our daily life. They provide us with three basic necessities of life: food, clothing, and shelter. Classical definition: the name carbohydrate was generally given to a class of compounds containing only carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The hydrogen and oxygen being present in the same ratio as in water. Carbohydrate meaning hydrate of carbon. These compounds could therefore be represented by the general formula CxH2OY. Limitations of the old definition. The above definition could not survive long due to the following reasons. First is a number of compounds such as rhamnose and deoxyribose are known, which are carbohydrates by their chemical behavior but cannot be represented as hydrates of carbon. Second is there are other substances like formaldehyde and acetic acid which do not behave like carbohydrates but can be represented by the general formula CxH2OY. Third is carbon is not known to form hydrates. Modern definition: carbohydrates are defined as polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones or substances which give these on hydrolysis and contain at least one chiral carbon atom. It may be noted here that aldehydic and ketonic groups in carbohydrates are not present as such but usually exist in combination with one of the hydroxyl groups of the molecule in the form of hemiacetals and hemiketals respectively. Classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are also known as saccharides. These are classified into the following three classes depending upon their behavior towards hydrolysis. First is monosaccharides. These are the simplest carbohydrates which cannot be hydrolyzed to smaller molecules. Their general formula is CH2ON, where N equals to 3 to 8. Second is oligosaccharides. Greek oligo means a few. These are carbohydrates which on hydrolysis give 2 to 10 molecules of monosaccharides. Depending upon the number of monosaccharide molecules actually obtained upon hydrolysis, they are further classified as di, tri, tetrasaccharides, etc. For example, disaccharides. Carbohydrates which upon hydrolysis give two molecules of the same or different monosaccharides are called disaccharides. For example, sucrose, maltose, lactose, etc. Their general formula is C12H22O11. Trisaccharides. Carbohydrates which on hydrolysis give three molecules of same or different monosaccharides are called trisaccharides. For example, raffinose upon hydrolysis give one molecule each of glucose, fructose and galactose. Their general formula is C18H32O16. Tetrasaccharides. Carbohydrates which upon hydrolysis give four molecules of the same or different monosaccharides are called tetrasaccharides. For example, stachyerose upon hydrolysis give one molecule each of glucose and fructose and two molecules of galactose. Their general formula is C24H32O21. Third is polysaccharides. Carbohydrates which upon hydrolysis give a large number of monosaccharide molecules are called polysaccharides. The most commonly occurring polysaccharides are starch, cellulose and glycogen. Their general formula is C6H10O5N, where N equals 200 to 3000. Sugars and non-sugars. Carbohydrates are further classified as sugars and non-sugars. All the monosaccharides and oligosaccharides are crystalline solids soluble in water and sweet in taste. These are collectively called sugars. The polysaccharides, on the other hand, are amorphous solids insoluble in water and tasteless, and thus these are called non sugars. Reducing and non reducing sugars or carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are also classified as reducing and non reducing sugars. All those carbohydrates which contain aldehydic or ketonic group in the hemiacetal and hemiketal form and reduce Tollens reagent or Fehling solution are called reducing carbohydrates or sugars, while others which do not reduce these reagents are called non reducing carbohydrates or sugars. All monosaccharides, whether aldoses or ketoses, are reducing agent. Reducing sugars. Disaccharides such as sucrose, in which the two monosaccharide units are linked through their reducing centers, aldehydic or ketonic groups are non-reducing, while other in which these groups are in the hemiacetal or hemiketal form are reducing sugars. However, all polysaccharides are non-reducing carbohydrates. Let us now briefly discuss each one of these classes of carbohydrates. Classification of monosaccharides. As stated above, monosaccharides are the simplest carbohydrate which cannot be hydrolyzed to smaller molecules. They contain 3 to 7 carbon atoms. There are about 20 monosaccharides which occur in nature. These are of two types: aldoses. Monosaccharides containing an aldehyde CHO group are called aldoses. Since the aldehyde group is monovalent, therefore it is always present at one end of the carbon chain, at C1. Ketones. Monosaccharides containing a keto group C double bond O are called ketoses. Since the keto group is divalent, it can be present anywhere along the carbon chain. However, in all the natural occurring ketoses, keto group is always present at a carbon atom next to the terminal carbon at C2. Aldoses and ketoses are further classified as trioses, tetroses, pentoses, hexoses, heptoses, etc., according as they contain 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. carbon atoms respectively. The classification of monosaccharides is summarized. Aldotrioses C3H6O3. Glyceraldehyde. Nomenclature. Monosaccharides are better known by their common names, which in most cases end in the suffix "ose". For example, ribose, glucose, fructose, etc. Thus, IUPAC names of monosaccharides are seldom used. For example, the simplest aldose containing 3 carbon atoms is generally known by its common name glyceraldehyde and seldom by its IUPAC name 2,3-dihydroxypropanol. Similarly, the simplest ketose is better known by its common name dihydroxyacetone and seldom by its IUPAC name 1,3-dihydroxypropanone, and its formula is CH2OH COCH2OH. However, monosaccharides containing more than 4 chiral carbons, aldoheptose, aldooctose, etc., are named by IUPAC system by using two or more prefixes derived from the lower sugars. Thus, one chiral atom is glycero, 2 erythro, 3 ribo, arabino, xylo, lyxo, 4 allo, ultrogluco, memnogulo, ido, galacto, tallow. The IUPAC name of the sugar is then obtained by giving the prefix denoting 4 chiral carbons which occur adjacent to C1 and C2, preceded by another prefix denoting the next group of chiral carbons up to 4. In the IUPAC system, ketoses are named by means of the suffix -ulose, preceded by a prefix indicating the total number of carbon atoms in the chain. The position of the keto group is usually indicated by a number. For example, fructose is a 2-hexulose. The configuration of a ketose is indicated by a prefix derived from the configuration of the chiral carbon atoms in the corresponding aldose. For example, D-fructose is D-arabinohexulose and D-sorbose is called D-xylohexulose. Deoxy sugars. Sugars in which one or more hydroxyl groups are replaced by hydrogen atoms are called deoxy sugars. In the common system, deoxy sugars are named by adding the prefix deoxy along with the number of carbon atom from which the hydroxyl group has been replaced by hydrogen to the common name of the aldose or the ketose. In IUPAC system, deoxy sugars are named by adding two prefixes to the name of the aldose ketose containing the total number of carbon atoms in the chain. The name begins with the prefix deoxy along with its locant, followed by configurational prefix representing the system of chiral carbon atoms as shown above. Since most of the earlier work on monosaccharides was carried out with hexoses, glucose and aldohexose and fructose ketohexose, therefore we will start our study of monosaccharides with these two representative compounds. It may however be added here that what is true about glucose is also true about other aldohexoses, and what is true about fructose is also true about other ketoses. D-glucose, dextrose or grape sugar C6H12O6. Glucose is the most widely distributed monosaccharide. It occurs free in large quantities in ripe grapes, and that is why it is called grape sugar. It also occurs in honey and most of other sweet fruits such as mangoes, apples, peaches, pears, etc. It is also present in human blood about 0.1%. In the combined state, it occurs in glycosides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. Preparation of D plus glucose. Laboratory preparation. In the laboratory, glucose is prepared by the hydrolysis of sucrose or cane sugar. Manufacture. Sucrose is hydrolyzed by heating with dilute HCl or H2SO4 in 90% alcohol when a mixture of glucose and fructose is obtained. Glucose, being almost insoluble in alcohol, separates out on cooling while fructose remains in the solution. On a commercial scale, glucose is prepared by the hydrolysis of starch with hot dilute mineral acids. The chief sources of starch are rice, maize, and potatoes. After hydrolysis, the reaction mixture is neutralized with chalk, CaCO3, and filtered. The filtrate is decolorized with animal charcoal and concentrated under reduced pressure when glucose crystallizes out. Physical properties of D-glucose. Glucose is a crystalline white solid with melting point 419 Kelvin. It is highly soluble in water but sparingly soluble in alcohol and insoluble in ether. It is optically active and is dextrorotatory and hence the name dextrose. It is about 3/4 as sweet as sucrose, which is known as table sugar. Chemical properties of D-glucose. D-glucose is a typical monosaccharide. It gives the reactions of both aldehydes and alcoholic groups. In order to discuss these reactions, glucose may be simply represented as an open chain pentahydroxyaldehyde. Some important reactions of glucose are discussed below. Reactions of the aldehydic group. Glucose gives the usual reactions of aldehydes. However, it doesn't respond to Schiff's reagent test and also does not form addition compound with a saturated solution of sodium bisulfate. First, reaction with hydrogen cyanide. Glucose forms a cyanohydrin with hydrogen cyanide. Reaction with hydroxylamine. With hydroxylamine, glucose reacts and gives glucose oxime. Third, reaction with phenylhydrazine. Glucose reacts with 1 mole of phenylhydrazine to form glucose phenylhydrazone. Osazone formation. However, if excess of phenylhydrazine is used, the reaction proceeds further to yield a crystalline product called osazone, which contains 2 phenylhydrazine residues per molecules of glucose, while the third molecule of the reagent is converted into aniline and ammonia. It may be pointed out here that osazone formation is not only a characteristic reaction of reducing carbohydrates but is also given by all alpha hydroxyaldehydes and alpha hydroxyketones. In general, further, during osazone formation, the stereochemistry about C2 chiral carbon of an aldose is destroyed without affecting the configuration of the rest of the molecule. Fischer's mechanism. Emil Fischer, who first prepared osazone, explained the mechanism of its formation as follows. The first mole reacts in a usual manner expected of an aldehyde. The second mole oxidizes the secondary alcoholic group to the ketonic group, and the third mole reacts with the keto group, thus generated to form the osazone. Limitation of Fischer mechanism. The above mechanism, however, suffers from the following defects. It does not explain why phenylhydrazine, which is a strong reducing agent, acts as an oxidizing agent in the second step of the above mechanism. Second, it does not explain why only the first 2 carbon atoms are involved in osazone formation. Why do the remaining hydroxyl groups not get oxidized and react further with phenylhydrazine? Modern mechanism. To overcome these objections, Weygand proposed an alternative mechanism involving Amadori rearrangement. The phenylhydrazone first formed undergoes tautomerism to form a H-bonded 6-membered intermediate. This intermediate subsequently loses a molecule of aniline to form an aminoketone. The aminoketone then reacts further with 2 molecules of C6H5NH one at the C double bond O group and other at the C double bond NH to give the final osazone. This mechanism is supported by the observation that when phenylhydrazone prepared from 15 and labeled phenylhydrazine is treated with ordinary phenylhydrazine, unlabeled osazone is formed with the elimination of labeled ammonia. This mechanism also does not explain why the reaction stops after the addition of two phenylhydrazine residues. This has, however, been explained on the basis that osazone is stabilized by chelation as shown, and hence the further reaction stops. This explanation is supported by the observation that unsymmetrically disubstituted hydrazines, which cannot yield osazones capable of chelation, react further with aldoses, forming alkazones, in which osazone formation proceeds along the whole carbon chain of the sugar. It may be noted that osazone formation is a general reaction of all the monosaccharides and alpha hydroxyl aldehydes and alpha hydroxy ketones. An important point about osazone formation is that during its formation, configuration at C1 and C2 is destroyed. Evidently, any diastereomeric monosaccharide which differs from glucose only in the configuration at C2 should give the same osazone. For example, D-mannose, which differs from D-glucose only in configuration at C2, gives the same osazone. In general, any pair of epimers which differ in configuration at C2 give the same osazone. Osazones are well-defined bright yellow crystalline solids having definite shapes. Therefore, osazones are used for identification of monosaccharides and reducing disaccharides. Reduction. Glucose is readily reduced catalytically or by sodium mercury amalgam and water to form hexahydric alcohol called glucitol or sorbitol. However, on reduction with HI in presence of red phosphorus at 373 Kelvin, it gives a mixture of N-hexane and 2-iodohexane. Oxidation. Mild oxidizing agents such as bromine water oxidize glucose to a monocarboxylic acid called gluconic acid. Strong oxidizing agents such as nitric acids, however, oxidize glucose to a dicarboxylic acid called glucaric acid or saccharic acid. The second carboxylic acid group being formed by the oxidation of primary alcoholic group. Reducing nature. Due to the ease with which CHO group in glucose is oxidized to COOH, glucose acts as a reducing agent and thus reduces Tollon reagent, ammonical silver nitrate solution, Fehling solution, alkaline CuSO4 solution containing Rochelle salt, and Benedict solution, alkaline solution of cupric acetate containing citrate ions. Reactions of the hydroxyl groups. Acetylation. Glucose reacts with acetic anhydride to form glucose pentaacetate. Formation of glucosides. Glucose reacts with methanol in presence of dry HCl gas to form mixture of alpha and beta methyl glucosides. Formation of glucosates. When treated with slaked lime CaOH twice, glucose forms soluble calcium glucosate. Other reactions. Action of acids. Dilute acids have no effect. However, if glucose or any carbohydrate is heated with concentrated hydrochloric acid, it gives 5-hydroxymethyl furfural, which is further converted by hot hydrochloric acid to levulinic acid. The 5-hydroxymethyl furfural formed above gives violet coloration when treated with alpha-naphthol. This reaction therefore forms the basis of Molish test for carbohydrates. Action of alkalis. Lobry de Bruyn van Ekenstein rearrangement. When glucose is treated with a concentrated solution of an alkali, it first turns yellow, then brown, and finally a brown resinous mass is obtained. However, when treated with a dilute solution of an alkali, it forms an equilibrium mixture of glucose, fructose, and mannose. The reaction is called Lobry de Bruyn van Ekenstein rearrangement. It involves the formation of 1,2-indole as a transient intermediate in which the chirality of C2 is destroyed due to the formation of carbon-carbon double bond. This unstable intermediate then changes into a mixture of 3 monosaccharides. The same equilibrium mixture is obtained even if one starts with D-mannose or D-fructose. It is probably because of this isomerization that fructose reduces Tollon's reagent and Fehling solution even though it does not contain an CHO group. Fermentation. The enzyme zymase present in yeast readily brings about the fermentation of glucose to ethyl alcohol. Open chain structure of D plus glucose. The structure of glucose is discussed under the following subheads. First, open chain structure. The open chain structure of glucose follows from the following discussion. Molecular formula. The molecular formula of glucose as determined from analytical data and molecular weight determination is C6H12O6. Presence of aldehyde group. Glucose react with HCN to form a cyanohydrin. Glucose react with hydroxylamine to form an oxime. And glucose reacts with equimolar amounts of phenylhydrazine to form a phenylhydrazone. All these reactions suggest the presence of a carbonyl group in glucose. On mild oxidation with bromine water, glucose gives gluconic acid, an acid containing the same number of carbon atoms as glucose. This reaction suggests that the carbonyl group present in glucose must be an aldehyde group. Presence of 5 hydroxyl groups. When treated with acetyl chloride or acetic anhydride, glucose forms a pentaacetate. Thus, glucose contains 5 hydroxyl groups. Further, since glucose does not lose water readily, each hydroxyl group must be present on a different carbon. The presence of 5 hydroxyl groups and 1 aldehyde group in glucose is further confirmed by the fact that glucose on reduction with sodium amalgam and water gives sorbitol, which forms a hexaacetate on treatment with acetic anhydride. Presence of one primary alcoholic group. Glucose on oxidation with nitric acid gives glucaric acid, a dicarboxylic acid containing the same number of carbon atoms as glucose. One of the carboxyl groups in glucaric acid must have been produced by the oxidation of the aldehyde group and the other must have been obtained by the oxidation of a primary alcoholic group. Thus, one of the 5 hydroxyl group present in glucose must be a primary alcoholic group. Presence of straight chain of carbon atoms. Glucose on reduction with Hi and red phosphorus at 373 Kelvin gives a mixture of N-hexane and 2-iodohexane. This indicates that 6 carbon atoms in glucose are arranged in a straight chain. This is further confirmed by the fact that glucose cyanohydrin on hydrolysis and subsequent reduction with Hi and red phosphorus gives 1 heptanoic acid. From the above discussion, it follows that glucose contains 1 aldehyde group, 5 hydroxyl groups, out of which 1 is primary, and a straight chain of 6 carbon atoms. Further, since the aldehyde group is monovalent, it must be present at end of the chain. Keeping in view these facts and the tetravalency of carbon, the following open chain structure was proposed for glucose: CH2OH, CHOH, 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 CHO. The above structure of glucose is confirmed by its oxidation with HiO4 malaprade reagent, which consumes 5 moles of HiO4 and produces 1 mole of formaldehyde and 5 moles of formic acid. Configuration of D plus glucose. The open chain structure of glucose contains 4 chiral carbon atoms. Therefore, it should exist in 16 optically active stereoisomeric forms. All these 16 stereoisomers are known and exist as 8 pair of enantiomers, 8 belonging to D series and 8 to the L series. Therefore, these in fact correspond to D and L forms of allose, maltose, glucose, mannose, gulose, idose, galactose and tallose. Out of these 16 stereoisomers, one is D plus glucose and other is its enantiomer L negative glucose. The rest 14 being distereomers of D plus glucose. However, there would be no mesoform since the two ends of the molecules are dissimilar. The absolute configuration of D plus glucose was established by Emil Fischer in 1891, who was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1902 for this work. The details of his procedure is, however, discussed under experimental proof for absolute configuration of aldoses. The cross formula for D plus glucose and L glucose. D minus fructose, levulose or fruit sugar C6H12O6. D fructose is the main important of all the ketoses. It occurs free along with glucose in honey and in sweet fruits. Hence, in the combined form, it is present in disaccharides and polysaccharides. Preparation of D fructose. D fructose is prepared in the laboratory by the hydrolysis of cane sugar or sucrose with dilute sulfuric acid. When the hydrolysis is complete, the acidic solution is neutralized with BaCO3 and the precipitated BaSO4 is removed by filtration. The filtrate is treated with slaked lime when calcium fructosate, being less soluble, gets precipitated while calcium glucosate remains in solution. Calcium fructosate is separated by filtration, suspended in water, and decomposed by passing CO2 through the suspension when CaCO3 gets precipitated while fructose remains in the solution. Calcium carbonate is filtered off and the filtrate is concentrated to get crystals of fructose. On a commercial scale, D-fructose is prepared by the hydrolysis of inulin with dilute sulfuric acid. The excess acid is neutralized with BaOH twice when BaSO4 gets precipitated and is filtered off. The filtrate is concentrated by evaporation under reduced pressure to get crystals of fructose. Physical properties of D-fructose. Fructose is a colorless crystalline solid with melting point 375 Kelvin. Decomposes. It is sweetest of all the sugars. It is more soluble in water and alcohol than glucose. It is optically active and levorotatory and hence the name levulose. Chemical properties of D-fructose. Fructose is one of the most important ketohexoses and has the following open chain structure. CH2OH, CHOH, 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 C double bond O, CH2OH. It contains one ketonic group, two primary and three secondary alcoholic groups. As such, it gives reactions of both alcohols and ketones. Some of its important reactions are discussed below. Reactions of the ketonic group. Reaction with hydrogen cyanide. It reacts with hydrogen cyanide to form fructose cyanohydrin. Reaction with hydroxylamine. Fructose reacts with hydroxylamine to form fructose oxime. Action with phenylhydrazine. When treated with an equimolar amount of phenylhydrazine, fructose forms a phenylhydrazone. Osazone formation. With excess of phenylhydrazine, fructose forms an osazone which is identical with that obtained from glucose. Fischer mechanism. According to E. Fischer, osazone formation occurs by the following mechanism. The Fischer mechanism is not acceptable since phenylhydrazine, which is a strong reducing agent, has been shown to act as an oxidizing agent in the second step of the mechanism. Weygand gave a more satisfactory alternate mechanism in which the initially formed phenylhydrazone undergoes amide rearrangement. Reduction. Fructose on reduction with sodium amalgam and water or catalytically gives a mixture of two stereoisomeric hexahydric alcohols sorbitol and mannitol. Reduction with hydroiodic acid in the presence of red phosphorus at 373 Kelvin gives a mixture of N-hexane and 2-iodohexane. Oxidation. It is not oxidized by mild oxidizing agents like bromine water. Strong oxidizing agent like concentrated HNO3 oxidize fructose to give a mixture of three acids, each containing lesser number of carbon atoms. Reducing nature. Fructose, unlike simple ketones, reduces Fehling solution and Tollens reagent. This is due to the reason that under alkaline medium of these reagents, first fructose undergoes Lowry-de Bruijn-van rearrangement to form an equilibrium mixture of glucose, fructose and mannose. Glucose and mannose thus produced bring about the reduction of these reagents. Reactions of hydroxyl group. Acetylation. When treated with acetic anhydride, it forms fructose pentaacetate. Action with methyl alcohol. Formation of methyl fructosides. It reacts with methyl alcohol in the presence of dry hydrogen chloride to form a mixture of two isomeric alpha and beta methyl fructosides. Formation of fructosates. When treated with slacked lime, fructose forms insoluble calcium fructosate. Other reactions. Action with acids. When heated with concentrated HCl, fructose forms levulinic acid. Action with alkalis. On warming with dilute alkalis, fructose like glucose undergoes Lowry-de Bruijn-van rearrangement to give an equilibrium mixture of glucose, fructose and mannose. Fermentation. Like glucose, fructose also undergoes fermentation by the enzyme zymase present in yeast to form ethyl alcohol. Open chain structure of D-fructose. Molecular formula. Molecular formula of fructose as determined from elemental analysis and molecular weight determination is C6H12O6. Presence of ketonic group. Fructose react with hydrogen cyanide to form a cyanohydrin, with hydroxylamine to form an oxime, and with equimolar amounts of phenylhydrazine to form phenylhydrazone. All these reactions suggest that fructose contains a carbonyl group. Fructose on oxidation with nitric acid gives a mixture of trihydroxyglutaric acid, tartaric acid, and glycolic acid, each of which contains a lesser number of carbon atoms than fructose. This suggests that the carbonyl group present in fructose is a ketonic group. The presence of a ketonic group in fructose is further confirmed by the fact that fructose is not oxidized by bromine water. Presence of 5 hydroxyl groups. Fructose reacts with acetic anhydride to form fructose pentaacetate. This shows the presence of 5 hydroxyl group in fructose. Further, since fructose does not lose water easily, each hydroxyl group must be present on a different carbon atom. Presence of a straight chain of 6 carbon atoms. Fructose on reduction with hydroiodic acid and red phosphorus at 373 Kelvin gives a mixture of N-hexane and 2-iodohexane. This indicates that the 6 carbon atoms are in a straight chain. Position of the ketonic group. Fructose cyanohydrin or hydrolysis gives a hexahydroxy acid which upon reduction with Hi and red phosphorus at 373 Kelvin yields 2-methyl hexanoic acid, and these reactions suggest that the 6 carbon atom in fructose are present in a straight chain and the ketonic group is present at position 2. In the light of the above facts and keeping in view the tetracovalency of carbon, the following open chain structure can be written for D-fructose: CH2OH, CHOH, 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 C double bond O, CH2OH. Configuration of D-fructose. The open chain structure of fructose contains 3 chiral carbon atoms. Therefore, the number of stereoisomers possible is 8. The naturally occurring D-fructose is one of these 8 stereoisomers. Its configuration was based upon the fact that fructose forms the same osazone as glucose. Since osazone formation involves only C1 and C2 carbon atoms, none of which is chiral in fructose. Therefore, the configuration at C3, C4 and C5 in both glucose and fructose must be the same. The configuration of fructose is shown in structure: CH2OH, CHOH, 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 CO, CH2OH. Thank you.